Soul Reaver has finally been remastered. Soul Reaver 1 and Soul Reaver 2. I just got the game. I pre-ordered it last night, like an hour before midnight. And it actually took a while to install. And to actually unlock today. It unlocked it around between 5 and 6 p.m., which is kind of weird. There it is. Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. Turn up the volume on this baby, because this is some good stuff. There's that new menu. Let's see, you have the compass, which isn't new. Hints, also don't remember this in the original. Interaction hints. This is for like pushing blocks, I guess. Sound settings seems to be good. Language. Got a couple options here. Speech and subtitles. Controls. Let's just check out the controls real quick. Yeah, kind of seems to be from what I remember, except, you know, the stuff that obviously didn't exist on the original PlayStation controller. I think I want to invert both horizontal and vertical, just how I roll. Back since the good old days of Zelda. No load game. You can load up to 32 games. Cool.
Kain is deified. The clans tell tales of him. Few know the truth. He was mortal once, as were we all. However, his contempt for humanity drove him to create me and my brethren. I am Raziel, firstborn of his lieutenants. I stood with Kain and my brethren at the dawn of the Empire. I have served him a millennium. Over time, we became less human and more divine. Kain would enter the state of change and emerge with a new gift. Some years after the Master, our evolution would follow. Until I had the honor of surpassing my lord. For my transgression, I earned a new kind of reward. Agony. There was only one possible outcome. My eternal damnation. I, Raziel, was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, to burn forever in the bowels of the Lake of the Dead. Cast him in. Tumbling, burning with white-hot fire, I plunged into the depths of the abyss. Unspeakable pain, relentless agony. Time ceased to exist. Only this torture and a deepening hatred of the hypocrisy that damned me to this hell. An eternity passed, and my torment receded. Bringing me back from the precipice of madness. The descent had destroyed me, and yet I lived.
I know you, Raziel. You are worthy.
What madness is this? What pitiful form is this that I have come to inhabit? Death would be a release next to this travesty.
You did not survive the abyss, Raziel. I have only spared you from total dissolution.
I would choose oblivion over this existence.
The choice is not yours.
I am destroyed.
You are reborn. The birth of one of Cain's abominations traps the essence of life. It is this soul that animates the corpse you lived in. And that, Raziel, is the demise of Nazgoth. There is no balance. The souls of the dead remain trapped. I cannot spin them in the wheel of fate. They cannot complete their destinies. Redeem yourself. Or if you prefer, avenge yourself. Settle your dispute with Cain. Destroy him and your brethren. Free their souls and let the wheel of fate churn again. Use your hatred to reave their souls. I can make it possible. Become my soul reaver. My angel of death.
This is one of the best intros of any video game I've ever heard. It's absolutely incredible. And the astounding part is they actually managed to find the original files for the FMV that they used, and they just completely they found the master file and they just recorded it at max quality.
These gates twist space, laying a path across great spans.
This is your teleporting mechanic, and you just unlock this part, this first door, leads you to the underworld. Tony J was an amazing voice actor. Imagine how many shows you've seen as a kid that he voiced, usually the villains. Doctor Doom, Dormammu from Spider-Man, the animated series.
You are weak. You must feed.
The old hunger has left me. I have no desire for blood.
You are changed. Your bloodthirst is replaced by a deeper need. You have become a devourer of souls. To sustain your strength, you must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the souls of your enemies.
It's time to reap some souls, baby. Feeding on souls restores your health. Such a cool mechanic. I wish more games had stuff like this. How many games have soul devouring? I guess the Dark Souls games have that. Controls are fairly intuitive. I like how not the mount, I'm playing with a controller, obviously. The camera is very tight. There's no like, oh, you let it go and it still keeps going. It instantly snaps to where you stop, which is really good.
Your wings, though ruined, are not without purpose. Take hold of them as you leap, and they will carry you across this chasm.
Crouch jumping makes you jump higher, I guess like in Mario 2. And hold your wings, kind of, and you can glide. Like Knuckles. I like how the music just changes.
What scabrous wretches are these?
Sua, the scavengers of the underworld. Their feral hunger has claimed countless souls, spirits who now shall never find their rest.
Let's kill them. Auto face is basically your lock on? Come here, you. I'm gonna give you the good suck. I kind of hate how they run. They just do not let themselves get killed because they know when it is to die in the spirit world. It's not fun. Nope, it is not. I like the design. It seems very underwater, very ancient, and yet very well, unique to this game. Crystal Dynamics made the original game, in case you don't know. And yes, this whole time I was underwater. I did get executed by getting thrown in the lake of the dead. No, that's from Castlevania. The Abyss. And yeah, you can go
You
here.
have much to learn, Raziel. When you are ready, this barrier will be dissolved.
The best kind of tutorial, if you need to make a tutorial, is one that's completely diegetic.
These portals are your conduit between the spectral and material realms. With their aid, you may gather matter and will yourself to become manifest in the physical world. This is taxing, however. Your strength must first be fully restored. You require no conduit to return to this plane. You may abandon your physical body at any time.
This game was originally called Shifter. Press this. I had to press X, okay.
Sustain your strength to prolong your manifestation in the physical world. If you fail to feed or absorb too many wounds, this fragile matter will dissolve.
When I kill Zephon, I'll be able to knuckle my way up there. But that won't be very soon. Now, if you want to go back, you actually can't go back. You have to travel back. Don't do that. There's no point. And you can't go there yet. You have to kill Malkaya first. They even kept the short draw distance. And I looked it up. They actually made skyboxes because there weren't skyboxes in the original. Because you can look up. Which is really interesting to think. The compass is from Soul Reaver 2.
You are young yet, Raziel. You still retain many of your vampiric weaknesses. Immersion in water, while not fatal, will dissolve your physical body, forcing your return to the spirit world. Be aware that in the spectral realm, water has neither heft nor lift. It stands as thin as air.
Good stuff. Raziel knows enough for boiled water, and I actually splashed my legs there, which does a bit of damage. Controls seem to be as close to the original as they really can be.
Ah, these creatures.
Do you not recognize them? They are the children of your brother, Duma.
That's impossible. These foul, scuttling beasts could not be kin of our high blood?
Do you suppose that time stood still for you, Raziel? Much has changed since you passed from the world of men.
That looks like a Chaos Emerald, but it's actually a health increase. If you collect a couple, it's basically the equivalent of a heart piece in Zelda.
I knew my opponent's weaknesses, having suffered them myself. Physical wounds are fleeting. Vampire's immortal flesh begins to close as soon as it is cleaved. Vampires need only fear those wounds that impale or inflame. Water scorches like acid, and fledglings are devastated by sunlight's touch. I would have to modify my tactics to suit my foes.
We just pick you up. I guess I can throw him in the spikes. That's always satisfying to do. But also kind of hard to do. It's always hard to do. Okay, I guess I can play with this a little bit. Let me just give him a quick bath. It's kind of stinky. I know you're following me. You'll get yours next. Just give it a second. Oh. Almost fell there myself. Wouldn't that be funny? It's been forever since I played a Legacy of Kain game. Especially this one. Oh!
Fettered from the flesh, a creature's soul fades swiftly into the spectral realm. Draw it in quickly, Raziel, or you will be compelled to follow.
Almost got me there. Are you gonna attack me or just gonna stare at me? I guess his soul isn't coming, but the fact that he's there, it's fine because he's not really gonna do anything. Let me get this guy as Sun Tank, he will not forget soon. It's kind of weird holding the controller with a claw grip. It's because I want to use the camera while holding Y. The combat is fairly simplistic, the actual attack moves, but because you're only fighting vampires pretty much. Yeah. Praise the sun. Because you're only fighting vampires, you will basically have to adapt your strategies just like Raziel said.
Your physical prowess surpasses what you knew in life. Even massive obstacles can be moved effortlessly.
Now, this wasn't in the original. The actual, the prompt was there, it was different, but this little claw, red icon is different. And you still had the button prompts with how you're supposed to drag them, which is pretty cool. Now, this can help you get up there. In fact, that's the whole point. And this game kind of gets sometimes criticized for having too many block puzzles. I get it. It has a bit too many block puzzles. It doesn't ruin the game or anything. In fact, I'm glad that sequels have less of those. Soul Reaver 2 has like barely any block puzzles. It's like more of a Zelda game. You go to temples and dungeons, solve puzzles there. This one's more open world, not open world, but Metroidvania. It's entirely Metroidvania actually.
My God. The sanctuary of the clans reduced to ruin. Beyond these walls lay the pillars of Nosgoth, the seat of Kain's empire. How humble it now appeared, collapsing into the dust of its former magnificence. And yet, I had only just emerged. In the instant between my execution and resurrection, centuries had apparently passed.
This world is wrecked with cataclysms. The earth strains to shrug off the pestilence of Kain's parasitic empire. The fate of this world was preordained in an instant by a solitary man. Unwilling to martyr himself to restore Nosgoth's balance, Kain condemned the world to the decay you see. In that moment, the unraveling began. Now it is nearly played out. Nosgoth teeters on the brink of collapse. Its fragile balance cannot hold.
Kain refused the sacrifice. Now, there are a couple of ways to take care of these fellas here. One fun way is to use a weapon. Because your claws are powerful, but you can't really do stuff like this. Yeah. There we go. Thank you. And now I can't get this quite yet. Unfortunately. But I'll be getting those. Oh boy, will I be getting those. I came from here. Actually, I didn't come from here.
The doors of the sanctuary were immovable, either barred from the inside or rusted shut. I would need to find another means of entry.
I like the adaptive soundtrack, if that's how it's called. Fire doesn't hurt you. You just kill all you want. However, it really messes these fellas up. Huh? The attack is typically powerful, but it depends on what weapon you're using. Vlad the Impaler is life. Vlad the Impaler is love. Now, if you hold this, you can actually sneak just by slightly tilting the analog stick, how you would in most games. Oh, there you go. Yeah, actually turned around, but that's just the animation. But since this game was on the PS1 and it didn't have analog controls, you had to press the lock-on key to actually sneak. But now you can, I guess, walk, but I don't think it counts as sneaking. Shouldn't really. And there is a really important door that I'm gonna open. always enter this door if you see it. Because there will be multiple doors like this. This is... the quick travel method. Like I said earlier. Always open your quick travel doors. This looks like a Pokemon Polar World. And I think that's gonna be it for this video. I'm probably gonna cut these between major areas and I guess war points. So yeah, stick around for more because I'm gonna be playing this whole game.